Politics is a very interesting game. And just like I keep on saying on this platform, in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Nothing happens in politics just for the sake of it. Yesterday, Yoweri Museveni's son Muhoozi caused a huge storm in this country, politically speaking. And it was so serious that the Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Affairs, Alfred Mutua, had to meet with the Ugandan ambassador to the country. I'm just trying to get his statement, what is posted after a meeting. This is what he posted. This morning, I shared a cup of tea with Ambassador Dr. Hassan Galiwango, Ugandan High Commissioner to Kenya. We discussed interesting matters. Things are fine. One of William Ruto's key ally, the Nandi senator, had this to say: I expect the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to summon Uganda ambassador to shed light on Muhoozi's social media outburst and subsequent apology. This is undermining the spirit of the unity of East African community. And today, Yoweri Museveni has actually promoted his son. What's cooking? That is the question. Now, let me just take you very briefly through the promotion letter. It says promotion and appointment in UPDF. His Excellency the President and the Commander-in-Chief of the Ugandan People's Defense Forces has promoted and appointed general officers as follows. Number 1, Lieutenant General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, promoted to general and continues with duties as senior presidential advisor for special operations. So which means this guy is now a full general. He is now in the ranks of Paul Kagame. Number 2, the second person is Major General Muhanga Kayanja, promoted to Lieutenant General and appointed Commander Land Forces. Basically, he has taken the roles which Muhoozi used to play, and Muhoozi has now been promoted up there. The Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs and UPDF fraternity congratulates the general officers upon their well-deserved promotions and appointment. Now, the fact is, Yoweri Museveni has now promoted his son, the son who caused a huge political storm in the country. And to make matters worse, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Kampala also issued a statement to Kenya. And this is the statement, what the statement is saying, because I want to explain to you guys the politics between Kenya, Uganda, US, and Russia, which in my view is part of the game we are witnessing. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is saying, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Uganda has noted the debate on social media in respect to the relationship between Uganda and our brotherly neighbor, the Republic of Kenya. The ministry wishes to emphasize that the government and the people of the Republic of Uganda treasure the existing strong bilateral relations between the people and the government of the Republic of Kenya based on our shared history, common values, mutual respect, trust, and the desire to build a unified East African community. To this end, the government of the Republic of Uganda wishes to retaliate its commitment to good neighborhoodness, peaceful coexistence, and cooperation. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs wishes to clarify that the government of the Republic of Uganda does not conduct its foreign policy and official businesses through social media, nor does it depend on social media sources in dealing with other foreign government. So basically, they are telling Kenyans that as Uganda, we are not concerned with whatever is being discussed online. If there's any issue, we will deal with you guys directly. And it concludes, the government of the Republic of Uganda therefore wishes to reiterate its cordial relationship with the Republic of Kenya and assure the people and the government of the Republic of Kenya of our harmonious relationship that we value. No mention of the incident whatsoever. Now let us now get to the bone of the matter. Before we do that, in case you are watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Now let us get back to the issues. What are the politics behind Muhoozi? Number one, I tend to think, because politics is a dirty game and it's also an interesting game, I tend to think that probably it could be William Ruto's strategy to rally Azimio supporters to support him through patriotism. If you followed Twitter yesterday, majority of Kenyans were actually united in denouncing Muhoozi, and they were of the feeling that Kenya is actually superior than Uganda. The truth of the matter is that there was the sense of patriotism amongst Kenyans. So even Kenyans who never voted for Ruto were now coming to support the government in one way or the other. So it could be that strategy, so that the government would be seen to be uniting the country using that. The truth is, Uganda borders majorly Raila Odinga key support bases. Busia, Kisumu, Homa Bay, like that. So in my view, I tend to think that it could be William Ruto's strategy to rally those who never supported him patriotically to support the government. Number two, Muhoozi is the son to Yoweri Museveni, and they have an interest in Naivasha, the port of Mombasa. Could we assume then that Muhoozi, because he made these tweets after meeting Uhuru Kenyatta, can we assume that it had to do with everything about the port of Naivasha? Because William Ruto reverted port operations to Mombasa. The biggest casualty then would be Museveni and Uhuru Kenyatta. So I don't want to venture much into that, but I'm seeing a possibility in that aspect. The third point, which I also tend to think about, is that what we are witnessing is actually the US-Russia war in East Africa. Yes, you heard me. William Ruto was made the president of the Republic of Kenya by Americans. Actually, it's the Americans who stopped Raila Odinga from becoming the president of the Republic of Kenya. One day I will do a video about that. That's the truth. The other truth is that William Ruto and his government indicated recently that they have plans to import oil from Russia. In July this year, at the peak of Ukraine-Russia war, Yoweri Museveni hosted the Minister for Foreign Affairs, the Russian Minister for Foreign Affairs in Uganda. I'm saying this because the same yesterday, Muhoozi made a tweet, and this is what he posted. President Putin does not have to threaten nuclear war. We hear him. An attack on Russia is an attack on Africa. Now, after Ruto had indicated that he was willing to buy oil from Russia, there's been a lot of movements from America towards William Ruto's presidency. And that's why you saw the cabinet now finally agreeing on the GMO cotton. That's how it's being introduced into the country. That we now going to have GMO in the country. And the same yesterday, when this gentleman, when Museveni son made this post, Secretary Anthony Blinken posted this on his official Twitter handle. During a call with President Ruto at State House, Kenya, I expressed my appreciation for Kenya's commitment to upholding international law and their support on UNSC resolutions denouncing Russia's sham referenda in Ukraine. Now you can see the link. So Muhoozi probably was invoking the name of Russia to provoke America, and also to see how Ruto was going to react. I could be wrong, but on this, I don't think I'm that wrong. Number 4, I'm also seeing this as Yoweri Museveni's strategy to raise the profile of his son in Uganda ahead of the elections, which will happen actually in 2026. I know the question you're going to ask me, how is that tweet raising the profile of the son? The truth is, Uganda and their citizens have always wanted part of Kenya to be in Uganda. So by this guy coming out publicly and talking the way he talked, he's now a hero in Uganda. He's now a hero in Uganda. So his profile has actually shot up. And you know, elections will be in 2026, is projected to succeed the father. So Ugandans will see him as someone who can actually fight for the rights of Uganda. Someone who is ready to defend the territory of Uganda. And that has been achieved. And lastly, I also tend to think that probably Yoweri Museveni, being one of the leading figures in East African politics, is also trying to position his son right at the center of East African politics. Ruto is now a president. There's Kagame. There's Suluhu. There's Museveni. There's the South Sudan guy. And then there is the DRC. Most of those guys are young people. Museveni is bringing the sun right at the center of East African politics. He talked of the tweets being a joke, but those tweets already achieved the objectives which they intended to achieve. So basically, the whole thing is about the local politics in Kenya, the Ugandan politics, and also it's intended to achieve certain regional objectives. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Bye-bye.